What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well during this festive season. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you for watching this video. And in today's video, I'm sorry to be a little bit of a downer during this festive season, but we really need to talk about mavuika and citlali. All right, for those of you who do not know, it was announced that they'll appear on phase 1 of the Genshin Impact 5.3 banners, and I think this is a big problem. And I think that we didn't have any talk about this, right? So yeah, let's begin. All right, so this is on the live stream, right? This is where they were talking about revealing the banners for phase 1, which, as mentioned, mavuika and citlali are both headlining the first half. So here's the problem, right? So Genshin Impact has never released both 5 stars, both new 5 stars, onto the same phase before, right? Obviously, when we look at the past, obviously we have had double banners before, right? We have 2 new characters before, right? 4.7, 5.0, 4.1. So it's nothing new, right? It's nothing new that we have had 2 new characters in the patch, but we have never had both characters being released in the same phase, which means that on the 1st of January, when the update starts, it's going to be both of them on the banners. Now, is this new for Hoyoverse? Actually, no, because for those of you who play Zenless Zone Zero, you will know that just about 10 days ago, right, they actually did this for the game. Maybe 10 days, like 7 days ago, right? They did this for Zenless Zone Zero, where Miyabi, one of the most anticipated characters in the game, got released with the new patch, as well as Harumasa. Of course, a little bit of context has to be given. First and foremost, Zenless is a pretty new game. This is only 1.4, so they have not had any rerun characters. And we all know that 5.3 is also going to have Arlecchino and Cloren reruns. And at the same time, Harumasa is also a free character. So one of the reasons why they pushed the banner up is because they did this for Ratio, Dr. Ratio in Honkai Star Rail, right? But in 1.6, he was a second half banner release, which means that players who wanted Ratio for free only got him after like the first 21 days of the game. So what Zenless devs did was that they pushed Harumasa forward, right? So that both banners will last for the entire patch, and at the same time, players are able to access the free Harumasa as well. So I think that when players heard about the banners for Genshin Impact having both citlali and mavuika, people assumed that they were going to do the same thing as well. Have it, of course, slightly tweaked, right? That you have both citlali and mavuika first, that run the entire banner, and then midway through you have Cloren and Arlecchino coming in for like the next 21 days. So here's the thing, right? If you would look back at the video of them announcing the banners, they clearly said, right, that it's only in the first half of 1.3. So obviously no this is all in Mandarin, but yes, in the first half of version 5.3, these 2 characters will be added in. And then much later, I think somewhere around here, that's where that's when they confirmed that Arlecchino and Cloren will be in the second half. So first 21 days, second 21 days will be the 2 phases for the banners. And I think that kind of sets a bad precedent. Obviously, the first and most important one is that having both new characters on the same banner or the same phase obviously drives up the Fomo. We know that mavuika is the Pyro Archon, and I think a lot of people are obviously hyped for her. And citlali is a pretty popular character among the player base, right? First and foremost, she's cryo, so a lot of people always have this like, oh, you better pull for her because she's cryo, she's gonna run away, she's gonna be locked up in jail just like Riceley, ironically. But at the same time, I think players do like her character in the story. They do like her trailer. Her teaser just dropped like yesterday or the day before. So obviously, both these characters do have their fans. I would obviously think that mavuika will have more pullers because motorbike, and also from a purely meta perspective, she does do big numbers as well. I Win to Lose Gaming has a video on it. Please do check it out. But have you noticed that even though both characters are being released on the same day, only mavuika has a creator experience server video from the Hoyo creators? But anyways, that's besides the point, right? So going back to the point about FOMO, right? Obviously, we know that one of the reasons why having both characters on different banners or different phases, would be good is because you can kind of like get your get your resources, your primo gems, up for like for both phases, right? So if mavuika was on phase 1 and citlali is on phase 2, you can play through the abyss, get your rewards, play through the events, play through lantern rite, play through the story, get your primo gems, get your pulls, so that once you're done mavuika pulls, you can go on to your citlali pulls. But here's the thing, right? All of this is time gated. They don't start on day 1. And let's say if you already claimed your abyss rewards and stuff like that, so it gets very rough that players, especially for those who are either light spenders or free to play, they will not be able to get the primo gems required to get both characters if they wanted to. And obviously, for players who, for lack of a better word, they can't control themselves, they will stand to start spending. And of course, if you do so 50-50, you get, all these Fomo tactics. And I think it's really, really bad, right? Honestly, Hoyoverse should rebrand themselves and call themselves Fomoverse. But that aside, I think that obviously, these are the ramifications, right? I think that there was, like, in my opinion, there's no reason why both of these couldn't be on separate banners. First and foremost, why, always, like, it actually makes better sense because you're then distributing your sales, because both are new characters. Let's say mavuika and Cloren are in first half and citlali and Arlecchino in the second half. It actually makes a lot of sense because citlali looks to be a very good partner for Arlecchino because she does have pyro res shred. So I think that it's just really driving up the sales because of the first half, right? Because because you can see the pictures that say, oh, you're getting this amount of pulls, you're getting this amount of primo gems in 5.3, but they're not all available on day 1. They're not all available on day 2, right? And obviously there's no indicator that phase 1 is going to be like Zenless Zone Zero's banner, where they last for the entire patch. In fact, if you think about it, if phase 1 is going to, and people are still like saying like, well, phase 1 might last the entire patch. Think about this. If Genshin Impact was going to do that for mavuika and citlali's phase 1, wouldn't they announce it in the live stream? But you look through the entire live stream, they actually did not say anything about this, right? And it will actually be a big deal because then players will not be pressured. They'll say, okay, I'll pull for mavuika first, and then maybe after like 30 days, I can pull for citlali. It actually makes a lot of sense if that's the case, but unfortunately it isn't. And I think that obviously this is really just to drive FOMO. I think this is not good. Because obviously, gacha games always have this tendency to be predatory. And let's be real, they are, right? They are. New characters come out, the meta changes. And I know people always say play for like your favorites, waifu over meta. But let's be real, right? Sometimes we just want to play the meta characters, not because we are meta slaves, but because it makes the game easier. Like, let's be real, right? Why do people pull for Neuvillette? Right, Neuvillette is currently on the banner. Why do people pull for Neuvillette? It's because Neuvillette makes the game, for most players, easier. For players who are on mobile, it makes the game easier. For players who, want a strong DPS with strong numbers, right, or it has good area coverage, right, he makes the game easier, right? And I think that mavuika and citlali can provide that. Obviously, as I mentioned, we don't have citlali footage unless you look at leak. But that being said, mavuika obviously is putting out the big numbers, and people there are going to be people who will pull for other reasons, right? Like, she's beautiful, she's hot, whatever. But there's also people who look at the I Win to Lose video and see the 960k damage on the ult and be like, I want that. Some people will see citlali's kit and see the pyro resistance shred and be like, okay, I want that for my Arlecchino, right? So honestly, there's definitely a driving factor to a lot of people as well, right? Whether the character is viable in combat, right? So I think that as I mentioned, this is going to be a lot of FOMO. It's going to drive a lot of sales. It's going to be good numbers for Hoyoverse, especially in the month of January. But I think that it is really a case of devs not listening, of devs being a little bit greedy, right? The number one reason why, money. But in all honesty, I think that this is something that if Hoyoverse confirms that it's going to last the entire banner, I will eat my words, right? But if this doesn't last the entire banner, it lasts for 21 days, then I think it's really bad because it shows that, they really, okay, let's be real, right? Splitting it into 2 phases doesn't mean that they care. right? Because in the end, people are still going to pay. People are still going to like spend resources. But doing this incentivizes people who would usually not pay to actually swipe, right? Some people will be like, oh, you know what, let's do my top up, let's buy the welcome moon, let's buy the battle pass so I can get extra pulls. So I think that unfortunately that is really, really bad, and I hope that this isn't the case going forward. Yeah, so generally I think that they should have split it up. They shouldn't have made it like this, and you know, or at the very least pull it for the entire banner, right? Have mavuika and citlali run for the entire 40-ish days that the game that for 5.3 is running for. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm over exaggerating? Do you think I'm being a Grinch or being Scrooge on or being Mr. Grumpy on the Christmas week? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know if what you think about the phase 1 banners having both citlali and mavuika in it. My priority personally is going to pull for mavuika, but we'll see how it goes. For me, if I lose the 50-50, I get neither. So that is rough on my part. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyways, as I mentioned, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. As I mentioned, this is not really a guide, just a video to really discuss my thoughts. You know, I guess to ramble about Genshin Impact, because I like the game, but I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is great, like this is bad. So anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Do follow me on Twitch as well, link down description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, be good to yourselves and the people around you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.